Hey guys, it's Tracy. Back on June 15th, I did a project share in which I had showed some bags that I had created, and one of my viewers, who is KRM Mommy, I think she's Katrina Moore, I believe, she wanted to see how I created the bag, so that's what I'm attempting to do now. So let me show you the bag. This is the bag, and it had a ribbon on it, and I had used this for my daughter's birthday. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to make this bag or decorate this bag. Yes. Okay, let's get started here. I used the Michael Celebrated for this project that I'm creating. I'm using the Michael Celebrated bags, and they're the 4 and 5/8 by 2 and 7/8 by 8 and 5/8, this size bag, and I believe this is the largest that they carry. But for the other bag that I created, I used the Walmart bag, and I can't remember what they were called, but anyway, that bag is a little bigger. So what I have already done, I have already done a lot of prep work to save time on the video. So what I did on the bag, it just has those little pointed edges, and I just cut that off with my paper trimmer. And then what I did was fold the bag down. I believe it's 1 inch. Let me just make sure. 1 1/4 inches. So I just folded the bag down 1 1/4 inches, and you can fold it down as much as you want. So then you're left with this. But in order to do that, what I did, I just took my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and I have the small one as well as the large one, and I turning the bag this way, I just scored it 1 1/4 inches. Hopefully you can. So I just scored it across the top, and make sure that you, sorry for the shaking, make sure that you crease it very well. So I folded it and creased it this way, and then folded back this way and creased it. So I have that line. So now let me get my little self-healing mat, because you want to need that. So what I did here, I made some templates, and I made a out of cardstock, I made a template. And this template for this size bag measures 4 1/2 inches wide by 1 3/4 inches tall. And I did that because you need to slide this inside the bag. And you want to see this, see how the bag has that fold? Hopefully you can see that. See that piece right there? You want to slide your template in there, in that behind, in that spacing, and you want to make sure that it's under this line here, because we need to cut through that. So again, you can see, hopefully. So you want to cut through that. Let me move this, and let me, oops, didn't grab my ruler. Let me get that. So what you're going to do, you use some type of tool. Let's see. So what I want to do here is just put that, line that across there. And I'm using this rotary tool. I'm going to see how that works out. Or you can use an X-Acto knife. So I'm just going to cut straight across there. And again, making sure that you want to make sure that that piece of, not cardstock, chipboard stays in place, because you don't want to cut through the back part of your bag. So then, that rotary cutter is kind of dull. Let me try using it. Oops, click it there. All right. So what you want to do is cut through. So now, as you can see, I have this left. So then all I want to do is pull that piece out, and then get some scissors. Oh, did I cut through? No, I thought I did. Just want to be careful not to cut through the back of that the bag. So then what you're left with is this. And then what you just want to do is just cut it. We'll cut it loose. Okay. Cut it loose here. Okay. And And that creates your little flap. So you can get rid of that. And then from there, it's just a matter of decorating the bag. And I have already cut out some pieces. And I use the Prima Lyric collection. Oops, where am I at? Okay, right there. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, so what I was able to do for that size bag, I was able to use the full length of 6 inches, but I had to cut the width to 4 5/8. And that's for the back and the front sections. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. I'm going to adhere that down with my ATG. And I'm not going to do all the sides because you know how the rest of the back would get glued down. Just kind of center it in that spacing. So that's that piece. Okay. So what I really want to show you, then I have the piece for the top. And this was 1 1/4 inches. So I believe I cut this at 2 1/2 inches. And then I just stressed all the edges of the paper with that Tim Holtz little distressing tool. So then what's going to happen, this is going to get adhered to the top of your flap. So let me go ahead and do that. It's a really simple bag to put together. Sorry guys if my camera is... And this piece here is 4 5/8 by 2 1/2 inches. So then what you want to do is take your little flap. Just want to align this to the edge there. And go ahead and stick it down. So you can see what I did there. See? And then that creates your little flap. So now what I did, I also created a template for the spacing, because you want to use, or you can use whatever you want. I do have hole punchers, but I like to use this little punch here. So I just created a template which is the same width as the bag, which is 4 3. So this template is 4 3/4 inches wide by 1 1/2 inches tall. Okay. So then I came in 1/2 inch off of, what I did was create the template, fold it in half so I can get a center. Then I measured out 1/2 inch from the center, and then 1/2 inch down. But again, depending on how much you fold your bag down, this could vary. So you just have to work with that, or create a template based on the size of your fold. So I'm using this template, so, and I mean, I'm only using the template because I want it to all be straight and even. You don't have to. You can eyeball it if you like. So then what I'm going to do here is just stick that in there. Create a little punch. Just same. I have to do one. At least I get, it's not going to go through all of it because it's kind of hard there. So what I'll do, since I did mark it, so I'll just punch through this one. It's not going to punch through all the layers. Then I'm going to punch through that hole that I made. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is close the bag, and from those holes I created, go ahead and punch through the rest of the other part of the bag. So again, what I did was line my little template up there, had everything. I guess I didn't have to hold it together. I guess I could have just did this one first and punched it. No, it wouldn't work right. So hold everything together. You're not going to be able to punch through everything because it's going to be too thick. So what you do is just go ahead and punch it so it creates your little marks. And then what you can do is turn it this way and finish punching through them. And then after you create those holes in the front, then you can go ahead and punch through the back. If that makes sense. So then you have your holes so that you can slide some ribbon through. Just let me grab, I think I have some ribbon handy. And this is not going to match, of course, guys. I'm just grabbing what I have on hand. But starting from the back, what you're going to do is just feed your ribbon through the back. This is too long, but you feed it through, put the other one through on the other side, and then there's your bag. So really quick, really simple to do. What I'm going to do that I didn't do on my other bag, and I can do it right now, I'm going to add a bottom piece. I had saw that Darla G had did that, and I like that. I didn't do that on the other bag that I made, but I'm going to add a piece. And this bottom piece measures 4 5/8 by 2 3/4 inches. So it's 4 5/8 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches tall. So I'm just going to add that to my bag here, centering that. So now I have my bottom piece on. Okay. As you can see, the bag is coming together. So then I can go ahead and might as well go ahead and finish putting the bag together. I'll go ahead and put the back piece on. But I just really wanted to show how I cut the top, how I created that flap. And again, I was saying that all the pieces, the front and the back piece measures 4 5/8 inches wide by 6 inches tall. So then make sure that flap is down and just go ahead and, you know what, now I'm seeing what I should have done. I should have had this on so that I can punch my hole. So now, as you guys see, you have to have your back piece on if you're going to add some back paper before you punch your hole. So now what I'm going to have to do is just go back through those holes, punch through those holes. Okay, so now I have holes in the back. And let me go ahead and add these other pieces. Now this front piece for me is 4 5/8 inches wide, and it's 1 1/4 inches tall. And you can use whatever adhesive you would like. So right in that little section there, I'll be adding this paper. Okay. Now I'll add the last piece to the back. I love my ATG gun. I know some people don't like it, but I love mine. And this piece measures 4 5/8 inches wide by 1 3/8 inches tall. Has a little bit more space in the front. So I'm just going to add that. Oops, did I do that one? Back. I'm sorry, the back. This is the back. It's 4 5/8 inches wide by 1 3/8 inches tall. So again, I just stressed all the edges and I didn't put any ink or anything on it. So there's the bag, guys. Really simple. Open it up here. I guess if you wanted to do this piece in here, you could, but it's up to you. But that is the bag. And then what you would just do is put, like I was showing, just put a bow on it. Or whatever you want to close it up. And then you can go ahead and finish decorating it if you want to. Alright guys, okay Katrina, I just wanted to post this video, get this video posted for you since you asked to see how I created the bag. Alright guys, if you have any questions, just leave me a comment, and thanks a lot for watching, commenting, and subscribing. Bye.